Annyeonghaseyo, my name is Katie and today I have another drama review for you. I actually fell behind on dramas for quite a while. School was ending, I had finals, things were busy, so ever since I've been on summer break, I've been spending a lot of my time catching up on all of the shows. There have been some very popular shows lately and I've been catching up on them. So today I'm going to be reviewing another Miss O. This is one of the really popular dramas that actually originally only had 16 episodes but was extended to 18 because it was so popular. It stars Eric Moon and So Hyun Jin, and it's about a man who is going to marry this woman named Oh Hae Young, but she disappears on their wedding day and they don't get married. So a year later he hears Oh Hae Young is getting married again and he decides to ruin her wedding. Unfortunately, it was the wrong Oh Hae Young. It was a woman with the exact same name as his ex-fiance, and these are actually two women who went to high school together. They've known each other for a long time and they're always getting confused and mixed up. So unfortunately, this man ruined the wrong woman's wedding. Of course, complications arise, especially once he has weird visions of the Oh Hae Young whose wedding he ruined. It turns out he's kind of psychic. There's a little bit of a psychic plotline going on. So I was actually quite hesitant to watch another Miss O. A lot of the dramas that I've been watching this year that have been hyped have ended up being a little bit disappointing. So I tried to not let my expectations get very high so there would be a better chance of me enjoying this show. And I have to say I did enjoy this show. It didn't blow me away, but it wasn't painful to watch. It wasn't like I was waiting for it to be over. I was actually looking forward to seeing what would happen next, and I really liked the plot. This drama was done by TVN. They did Marriage Not Dating, Bubblegum, and many others that I can't name off right now. This show kind of had a Marriage Not Dating style. Not exactly, but there were some parallels that really reminded me of Marriage Not Dating, and there were actually a lot of references to other shows that TVN has done. Like Gonggi Tae actually makes an appearance in this show, so they used the Marriage Not Dating soundtrack. There was a reference to Cheese in the Trap. There were a lot of drama references in this and I really liked that. It was lots of fun. It was just like, hey, I've seen that show. You get the references. It's fun. One of the things I really liked about this show were the characters. We had a really great cast of characters. So Eric played Pak Do Kyung. He was our male lead and I really liked his character. Because he was psychic, he kind of wanted to try and change his future. So he would act against his instincts. Instead of acting like the typical cold male lead that has no emotions, he would purposely try and do the opposite sometimes, and that was kind of cool. It was like a reverse cliche, and this show had a lot of reverse cliches, like the K-drama cliches would happen to people that were not the main characters. So I really liked Eric's character. He was actually a decent guy, which is a really nice change because a lot of K-dramas just have jerks for male leads. But Eric's character was a good guy. He was a little out of touch with his emotions at some times. He definitely worked on overcoming that, and I liked his character. He was a good one. So Hyun Jin's character was lots of fun too. Of course, her character has always been overshadowed by this other Oh Hae Young that she's always getting mistaken for. The other Oh Hae Young is very pretty and popular. This one, not so much. So we got to delve into a lot of her personal issues with confidence and just having issues being compared to the other Oh Hae Young all this time. She was a fun character. I liked her a lot. We also got to see her parents and I really liked the relationship she had with her parents. It was hilarious. She was hilarious. Just lots of fun. Another thing I really liked about this character-wise was that the side characters or these side relationships, because we had some other couples besides our main couple, I loved them just as much as the main couple. I was just as invested in their storyline. Ye Ji-won was in this show and I've not seen her in any other shows, but I loved her character. She was great. She was interesting. She was strong. I really liked her character a lot. And Kim Ji-suk as well. He and Ye Ji-won kind of have some stuff going on, as in they like to get drunk together, among other things, and I really liked the way their relationship progressed throughout the show. It was hilarious. It was just lots of fun to watch, and I loved their characters. They were like the weird characters that had a really odd relationship, but you really were rooting for them and you really liked them. As far as second male and female lead, I can't say there exactly were a second male and female lead, but I guess you could count both of our main characters ex-fiancés. So the other Oh Young was played by Jalen Haben, and I actually liked her character. She wasn't a bad person. It was really nice to have a ex-fiance not actually be a terrible person. I actually felt bad for her at some points because things were not going her way. And Lee Jae-yoon was the ex-fiance of our main Oh Hae-young. He was an interesting character as well. I didn't especially like him, but he wasn't a terrible guy. He just was very angry at a lot of things. So that happened. He was kind of interesting. I really liked the cast. Our male lead had a lot of male co-workers that he was in charge of. I liked them. I loved the scene on the beach where they're all walking in a line, sad little ducklings. I feel like that's gonna be one of those iconic scenes from this show. So like I said, there was a bit of a psychic plot line because our male lead was psychic, kind of. That was never fully explained, however, they did touch on it. So from what they gave us, I have some ideas of why it was happening, and I thought it was interesting because, like I said, it did cause our male lead to act in a way that he would not have normally act. His actions were different from many other male leads, and I thought it was really refreshing. Of course, the future is never set in stone, so you're not sure if his visions really will come true or if they won't, or if they're going to be different but similar, and it goes all the way to the last episode. I thought it was interesting. I do wish we got maybe a little bit more explanation, but it's not like it was a complete open end. And that's another nice thing about the show. The ending was actually quite good. There were some things in the very last episode at the very end that really reminded me of Marriage Not Dating. Just the whole setup of that last scene, that really reminded me of Marriage Not Dating. I really liked that we got closure on pretty much everyone. I mean, there wasn't a lot of closure on the second male and female lead, but I wasn't really bothered by that. I did like how we got full closure for pretty much everyone else. I think that was really nice. I liked it. I didn't feel like there was anything big that was missing, which has sometimes happened in other dramas where you're really invested in these side characters as well, but they never get a real ending. That's always disappointing. That was not the case in this show, and that was super nice. I really liked that. One of the cool things about the show was that our male lead was a sound producer, so he does all the sounds in movies, and I've never really thought about that as part of movie production. I mean, I know sound is a thing, but we got to see a lot of how that goes down and a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I thought that was super cool. And I felt like even within the drama itself, I was noticing more of the background sounds, the sound of sunlight, all of that. I thought it kind of made me more aware of sound as far as shows and movies go. Speaking of which, the soundtrack was really great. I really liked it. There were some catchy songs. Again, it reminded me a bit of Marriage Not Dating, and that's a good thing because I really liked Marriage Not Dating, but it just kind of had the same vibe the soundtrack did. And maybe it's just because they were done by the same network, who knows, but I found it really enjoyable. I really liked it. Now, I do think that the pace dragged a little bit towards the end just because the show was originally 16 episodes, but it was extended to 18. I didn't think that ruined the drama because it wasn't a major extension, and it wasn't like it dragged so badly that I couldn't even watch the last few episodes. But the pace did slow down a little bit. You know, the show had its problems. It was not a perfect show. It wasn't completely mind-blowing, but it was a lot of fun to watch, and I just enjoyed it. I really liked the cast of characters. I really liked all the friend and family aspects. It was just a fun drama, and it wasn't too melodramatic. The cliches were handled differently. I didn't feel a lot of angst. Luckily, there was not a lot of angst in this show because I wasn't really wanting this to be an angsty show. I'm glad that it stayed as a lighthearted rom-com with a couple of psychological aspects. Overall, it was lots of fun. I rated it an 8 out of 10. I was really going between a 7.5 and an 8 out of 10, but I decided to give it an 8. It was lots of fun to watch. I know some people have not enjoyed it at all, but I think that hyped shows are really a hit or miss for everyone. For me, this one was definitely a hit, so I'm glad I watched it, and I would definitely suggest you watch it as well. It's a really interesting take on a lot of cliches, and it was a new take, and I thought that was really fun. So definitely give Another Miss O a shot. If you have already watched it, I would love to hear what you thought, and I would love to discuss with you. I think that's it. I have some more drama reviews lined up because I'm watching a lot of airing dramas right now. So as they end, I will be reviewing them. So be sure to leave a comment and we can discuss Another Miss O. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and Hannah and I will see you soon. Annyeong!